Alright, let's dive into something that's been buzzing in the golf world lately, the Rocket Classic and the sleeper picks that could shake things up. Now, I came across this piece by Rob Bolton, and honestly, it got me thinking about the players who might not be at the top of everyone's radar but could seriously make some noise. One name that immediately jumped out: Johnny Keefer. Here's the deal, Keefer's been on a bit of a roller coaster this season, but what makes this really interesting is his ball striking prowess. Personally, I think his ranking as the #1 player on the 2025 Korn Ferry Tour isn't just a fluke. The guy's 6th in ball striking on the PGA Tour, which is no small feat, but here's the kicker: his odds are at plus 295, which feels a bit short given his limited top 20 finishes. What this really suggests is that the market is starting to catch on to his potential. If you take a step back and think about it, this could be the perfect storm for him at Detroit Golf Club, where raw power off the tee is a massive advantage. One thing that immediately stands out is his strokes gained, off the tee stats, his 10th on tour. That's huge, especially on a course that rewards distance and accuracy. What many people don't realize is that while his putting might not be his strongest suit, a course reset like Detroit could level the playing field. From my perspective, Keefer's a guy who could surprise a lot of folks this week. Now, let's talk about John Parry. This guy's story is fascinating. At 39, he's the oldest PGA Tour rookie, and yet he's sitting comfortably at 85th in the FedExCup. What makes this really interesting is his consistency: 7 top 30s in 19 starts. That's impressive, especially for someone who's come up through the ranks later in his career. In my opinion, his experience on the DP World Tour is a massive advantage. He's not just relying on raw talent, he's leaning on years of wisdom and grit. A detail I find fascinating is his performance at the Open Championship and the US Open Major Championships, where pressure is through the roof. He's not just showing up, he's competing. This raises a deeper question: could this be the week he breaks through with a higher finish? Personally, I think his odds at plus 235 are undervalued. If he keeps playing with the same poise, he could easily crack the top 20. Lastly, let's not sleep on John Vanderlon. This guy's tee-to-green game is legit. His 19th in ball striking on tour, which is no joke. What's really intriguing is his recent form: top 40 finishes in his last 2 starts, and his putting seems to be coming around. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Detroit Golf Club is a course where ball striking is king, and Vanderlon's skill set aligns perfectly with that. What this really suggests is that if he can keep his putter somewhat steady, he could be in for a big week. One thing that immediately stands out is his confidence. Coming off 2 solid finishes, he's got momentum on his side. In my opinion, his odds at plus 295 are a steal. If you're looking for a sleeper pick with upside, Vanderlon's your guy. So, here's my takeaway: the Rocket Classic is shaping up to be a fascinating event, not just because of the big names but because of guys like Keefer, Parry, and Vanderlon. These players aren't just here to make up the numbers, they've got the skills and the momentum to make a real impact. Personally, I'm most intrigued by Keefer. His ball striking alone makes him a threat. But don't count out Parry's experience or Vanderlon's recent form. If you take a step back and think about it, this tournament could be a launching pad for one of these sleepers. The question is, who's going to seize the moment? Let me know what you think in the comments. Who's your sleeper pick for the Rocket Classic? Let's keep the conversation going.